In this video, we will talk about text-based formulas. So we have upper, lower, proper, trim, proper plus trim. So let's learn about them one by one. In this video, we will talk about upper and lower. Okay. So here we have a sample data, let's say employee names. Okay. So here we have employee names, right? But as you can see, they are not in the proper format. For example, A is small, M is capital, right? So Amit Sharma, but this is not a correct way to write a name. Okay, so it's like employees has submitted some forms. Now it's your responsibility to change it to the correct format. For example, if you are working for a bank, then bank will require all the names in the capital letters, right? So we have a upper formula. It will make everything in uppercase. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. Just type is equal to and type UPP, and you can see it is recommending a formula of upper. Okay, so to use it, either we can double click on it or we can use a tab key to complete the formula, right? So I have pressed the tab key and it has auto-filled the formula, and you can see an opening bracket here. Okay, so in Excel, every formula will have an opening and a closing bracket, right? So what we have to type here in the brackets, see, it is suggesting you to enter the text here. Okay, so we have to select the cell where we have our text. Okay, so just select the cell by clicking on it, and you can see it has auto filled it. Okay, so A3, it means A column, third row, right? So A3. Now close the bracket and hit enter, and you can see it has converted the employee name Amit Mishra to the uppercase, right? So this way you can make everything capital by using upper formula. Okay, so in the same way you can do it with all these employees. Okay, but for this there is no need to type the same formula again and again. Instead, you can select the cell where you have applied the formula. Okay, go here at the bottom right corner and you can see the sign, the cursor sign has changed, right? Here you can see a fat white plus sign, but when you go here you can see a thin black plus sign. Okay, so once you are here, just double click on it and you see the magic. Okay, it has converted all of the employee names in the capital letters. Okay, now it doesn't matter where employees are 6. Okay, in here we have demo, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, we have 6 employees, but in real world you have thousands of employees, right? So when you double click here, all of the names of the employees, okay, number doesn't matter here, all will be converted to the capital letter, right? So we have learned about uppercase. Now let's talk about lower. This formula will convert everything in lowercase. Okay, so let's see, is equal to LOW, and you can see it is recommending lower. Just use the tab key. Okay, again select the field, select the cell, close the brackets and hit enter. That's it. Okay, so it has changed the employee name to the lowercase, right? Now same way, just go here at the bottom right corner, double click on it and see every employee name is converted in lowercase, right? So we have a demo data where I have intentionally put the employee names in a different way, like here Rahul Mishra, first alphabet is capital and rest are small. Rohan Mehta is completely in capital, then last two are completely in lowercase, right? So it's a mixed data, right? So we have seen how we can use upper and lowercase. Now in the next video we will talk about proper and trim, and then we will see a combination of both proper plus trim. Now let's talk about proper and trim formulas. Okay, but before that I have provided extra spaces here, like in between Rahul and Mishra I have provided 2 extra spaces. Okay, and before starting Ram Kumar I have given some spaces here. Okay, so these are the unnecessary spaces, right? So now we have a proper formula which will actually convert your data in proper case. Okay, what I mean by that, see, when we use proper formula, it will going to convert the first letter from each word as a capital and rest are small. Okay, so in Amit Sharma, A would be capital and MIT will be small. Okay, then in Sharma, S will be in uppercase and HARMA will be in lowercase. So let's see, is equal to proper, use a tab key, provide this cell, close the bracket, hit enter, and you can see there are two words Amit Sharma. Okay, and you can see the first letter will be capital and rest are small. Okay, so to apply it, just go here and double click on it and done. Okay, now this is not a correct way to show the data to the management. As you know, we have some unnecessary spaces here, right? So now we have to remove these unnecessary spaces before presenting the data to the management, because this is not in the correct way, right? So using proper formula, you have completed 50% of the task. Okay, now the remaining 50% will be completed by the trim formula. We use trim formula to remove unnecessary spaces. Okay, now trim formula is quite intelligent to understand that it must leave one space in between two words. Okay, so it will not going to remove the single space between Amit Sharma. Okay, right, but it will remove the unnecessary space between Rahul Mishra, right, and it will also quite intelligent to understand that no sentence will start by providing spaces. Okay, so let's see, is equal to trim, tab key, select the cell, close the brackets, hit enter and done. Okay, now double click, see it has removed the starting space from Ram Kumar and also unnecessary space between Rahul and Mishra, right? So trim formula will know that I have to leave one space between two words. Okay, and it will make sure that no sentence will start from this space. Okay, it will make sure that every single word will start from this starting, very starting. Okay, from the beginning without any spaces. So trim formula will complete your 50% task and proper formula will complete the 50% task. Now if you want a proper 100% corrected data, then we have to use a combination of proper plus trim. Okay, so trim will remove the unnecessary space and proper will convert the first letter of a word as a capital, right? So let's see how we can combine two different formulas in Excel. Okay, so remember one thing, whenever you want to combine two formulas in Excel, you have to put one formula inside another. Okay, let's see, is equal to proper, tab key, bracket open. Now instead of providing the cell name, we will provide the formula name. So TRI and tab key, and you can see one more bracket is opened. So here we have to assign the cell number. Okay, so A3 is our cell name. Now close the bracket. Now we have to add one more bracket, as we know that proper formula is outside the trim. So we have to provide two closing brackets here, right? So how it will work? See, Excel will first go here, that A3. So it will see we have Amit Sharma as a data, okay, as a text. Then it will go to the trim. Okay, so it will apply trim formula on A3 and then whatever output will come, and at last it will apply the proper formula. Okay, so first it will going to trim it and then it will going to use proper. Okay, so just hit enter and see the magic. Okay, so first letter is capitalized and unnecessary space has been removed. Double click on it and see. Okay, so first it has trimmed the unnecessary space, okay, wherever it is required, and then it has converted the first letter of each word as a capital, right? So this is how you can use proper formula, trim formula, and a combination of proper plus trim. So in real world you will need this kind of data most of the time, right? So you have to use a combination of both of these formulas. it will make your task easier and will save you a lot of time, okay, because it is not possible for you to manually correct each and everything, right? You have learned how to combine two formulas, right? Now you can change the formula if you want, okay? You can also change it from here as well, okay, in the formula bar. So we will replace proper with, let's say, upper, okay, hit enter, and you can see Amit Sharma is now in capital, right? So but you must know that which two formula you are going to combine. For example, if you use lower here instead of trim, if you use lower here, okay, so lower, hit enter, you can see the output in the uppercase, because the system will first select A3, that is Amit Mishra, then convert it into lowercase, and whatever output it will get, it will convert it in the uppercase at the end, okay, because upper is outside, right? So Excel will solve the formula like first in the brackets, then in the second brackets, and at last the outer formula, okay. So this is not useful at all, because you can get the same result by using upper formula alone, right? So you must understand that which formula you want to combine, okay. So let me change it to again proper, then trim, and at last the column name, okay, the cell name. So A is the column, 3 is the row, so A3 is the cell name. Hit enter. Okay, we have a mistake. See, we have not used the two closing brackets, okay. So Excel has used a pop-up to tell us that you have forgot something, right? Hit enter and you can see the output, right? So you can combine two formulas in Excel by using one inside another. Okay, so if you know Excel, you must know about lookups, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, right? But I will show you a formula which is far better than VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, right? Because lookups involve manual work and we are going to automate the task. So suppose you are a business owner and you have 5 different businesses, right? So these are your business names in column A, and then you have years, and then you have profits, okay. So business name, year, and profit, okay. So this is a demo data, that's why it is a very small data, but in real world you have a lot of data, right? And it is not easy task for you to search for a particular profit for a particular year and for a particular business, right? So instead of performing this task manually, you can actually automate it, right? So first we will see what VLOOKUP is. So here we have a business name, then year, and now you are looking for profit, okay. So you want to know the profit for business for in year 2020, right? So if you use VLOOKUP, it says lookup value, okay. So here is our lookup value, okay. I want to know the profit for business 4, then it asks for table array, okay. So select the data, okay, from A1 to F6, then it's asking for column index number, okay. So suppose we want to know for 2020, so column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. So we will write 4 here, and at last we will use false. It means we are looking for exact match, okay. Hit enter and you will get the output as $12,678, okay. Here it is, you can see it is an exact match, right? So this is the profit for business for in year 2020, okay. So this is how VLOOKUP works. Now what if you change the year here, let's say 2021, hit enter and you can see nothing changes here, right? So this is the problem with VLOOKUP, okay. It will not going to automatically change the things, okay. So if you want to know the profit for 2021 for business 4, you have to edit it manually because 2021 is the fifth column, right? So we have to replace 4 with 5 here. Okay, hit enter and now you will get the output, right? So this is the problem with VLOOKUP, right? So we will see how we can automate the task. So whenever we change the year here or business name here, we will get the profit automatically, right? Because it is not an easy task to go again and again and change the columns in formula or anything else, right? So we have a formula with the name index, okay, and match formula. Okay, so we have index and match formula. These are two different formulas, index formula and match formula. Now if you remember from the previous video, we have seen how we can combine two formulas, proper and trim. In the same way, we will going to use index and match together. Now let's see how we can use index and match formulas. So we will going to combine index and match same as we have done before in the case of proper and trim, right? So first let's see index formula and then we will talk about match formula. Okay, so index formula is like a GPS for the map. Okay, so whenever you search for a location, it will calculate its longitude and latitude, and where they both meet, that point would be your location. Okay, that's how GPS works, right? So index formula is like a GPS. Okay, so let's see the practical. Okay, so here let me delete this VLOOKUP and is equal to index. Now here in the index formula, Excel is asking three things from us. First is array, then row number and then column number. Okay, so array is a word which Microsoft Excel uses in order to ask for the complete data set. Okay, so Excel is actually asking our complete data. Okay, so we have to select whole data here. Okay, from A1 to F6, right? Then use comma and now it's asking for row number. Row number is like a latitude. Okay, so what is the row number for business 4? It's 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we will use 5 comma column number. Which year we are looking at? It's 2021. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, fifth column. Okay, so again we have to write 5 here. Okay, or let's take 4 here. Okay, let's say we are looking for 2020. Okay, and close the bracket. Okay, hit enter and you will get the answer. Okay, it doesn't matter what you have written here because this formula is not an automatic. Okay, we have to manually use it, right? That's why we are able to see the answer what we have asked for and not what year we have entered here, right? So it's 2020. See, nothing changes, right? Again, index alone is not sufficient to automate the process. We also need match formula here. Okay, match formula. So what is match formula? See, in the case of index formula, we are providing latitude and longitude, that is row and column numbers, right? And then we are getting the answer. But here in the match formula, we only ask for what we need. Okay, like business 4 and year. And match formula will automatically give us row and column numbers. Okay, that's how it works. So when we combine both of them, index and match, we are actually automating the whole process. Okay, so let's see the match formula. So if I use is equal to match, it says please provide lookup value. Okay, lookup value is what you are looking at. For example, we are looking at business 4 right now. Okay, so select that. Okay, then comma lookup array. Here there is no need to select the complete data. It's just asking for a single column. Okay, where we have our business names. It means the first column, right? Then at last it says what are you looking at? We are looking at exact match. Okay, so 0. Close the brackets, hit enter. You can see business 4 is at the 5th number in this column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It's 5th number. Okay. So this is the match formula for column. Now let's talk about the match formula for rows as well. Okay. So for rows, formula would be same. So match lookup value. Okay. What you are looking at? So we are looking at 2020, comma, lookup array, that is this one. This time we will selecting the first row only and not the complete data here, comma, again we are looking for exact match. You can see the answer is 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2020 is at the 4th column. Okay, okay, it's row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is for the row and this one is for the column. Okay, so let me change this, match for row, and here match for column. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have total 6 columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, again we have 6 rows as well. Right, now if I change business 4 to let's say business 5 and I hit enter, you can see match row has been changed to 6. Okay, so let me again change this to 4. It changes automatically. Same way, if we go for the column, that is for the year, and if I type 2021, see the column here. Okay, as soon as I hit enter, the column output changes automatically. Right, if I change it again to 2020, the output will change again. Okay, so here we have used the match formula for rows only, and here we have used for the column only. Right, now let's see how to combine index and match formulas together. So we are actually using match formula inside the index. So index would be at the outer side and match would be inside. Okay, so let me show you. You can see this is the index formula. Now here at the row number, we will replace this formula and let's paste it here. Okay, so here we have 5 as a row number, so replace 5 with the match formula for row. Okay, hit enter. Now the work is not done. We also have to copy match formula of column, and again we have to replace 4, okay, which we have used as a column number, replace it with the match formula for column, and now hit enter. Right, so this time if you try to change this to 3, you can see the output for business 3 and year 2020 is this, which is the exact match for our output. Right, now if you change this 2020 to let's say 2019, see output changes. Now let's change this to business 5. So business 5, year 2019, the output is same. Okay, see the magic of index and match formula when they are combined together. Okay, so now we have automate the process. So if you changes anything here or anything here, you will get the exact match using the automatic process. Okay, so you have learned about index formula, match formula for rows and match formula for column, and then how to use both of them with the index formula. So this is the combined formula which we are actually looking for. Okay, this is the formula which help us to automate the complete process for us. Okay, so we have index formula, then we have to select complete data set, then we have the match formula for row only, and at last we have match formula for column. And when we combined all of them together, we are actually using the power of index and match formula together. Right, So you have learned about index and match formula and how to combine them. Now here you have a table with product names like shirts, jackets and t-shirts, and here are the sizes small, medium and large, and these are the prices in US dollar for each product as per their sizes. So for the shirt with smaller size, $10 would be the price. Okay, same for jackets, t-shirts, so small, medium, large along with the product names. And here we have a cell where you have to put product name, right? Or you can even create a list here so that you can select from the list. But for now, leave that. Just type the product name, okay, and size, small, medium or large, okay, and find me the price for medium size jackets, okay. We all know that the price is $45, okay, but I want you to insert index and match formula and then get me the answer. Okay, you can create them in any cell. Okay, you can type the formula here or here, that doesn't matter. So pause the video, complete the task. Once you get the solution, then resume the video and see the solution, right? I hope you all get the answers. Now you have to match your formula with mine. Okay, so let's say I want to type the formula here, but first let me create the match formula. So is equal to match lookup value. Okay, so we are looking for jackets, right? Then we have to provide lookup array, which is this one, and at last we will look for exact match, and you can see the answer is 3. Now let's use the match formula again for column this time. So match lookup value is medium, comma, lookup array, and then the exact match. So we have got the output 3 and 3. This 3 is for the jackets, that is 1, 2, 3, and this 3 is for the column, that is 1, 2, 3, medium size. Okay, so jacket and medium size, right? Now let's just copy this formula and now combine it with index. So index, array for index would be the complete table, right, comma, row number. See, instead of typing row number as 3, what we can do is we can paste the match formula which we have created for the row. Okay, then comma, again, now we can either type 3, okay, or we can use this formula. So for now, let's just type 3 and close the brackets, hit enter, we get the answer. Okay, now let's just copy the match formula for the column and replace this 3, okay, with that formula. So this would be your final answer. If your formula matches exactly same as this, then you have found the solution. So 45 here, right? Now if you change here anything, let's say, let's look for the large size, hit enter, and here you can see the price has changed to $50. Okay, so this is the final answer. Okay, so suppose you are responsible for constantly, continuously of, let's say, getting the total of something. Okay, let's say total sales or total revenues, or you need to find out, constantly find out the average of something, right? So we will see how we can use conditional formulas. Okay, for example, for total we use sumifs. Okay, so we have a table here, we have a data. So in the first column we have months, okay, January, February, March, April. Then we have products which your business are selling, so shirts, white shirt, yellow shirt, blue shirt, etc. Then we have country where you are selling your product like USA and UK, and then we have the revenue. So this is the total revenue for that particular product and particular month. Okay, so we will see how we can calculate the total of something based on certain criterias, right? For example, if you want to know, let's say, the total revenue for the month of February, Okay, so this is your condition 1, right? So we will use sum if. To get the total, we will use sum if. But here you can see two formulas, sum if and sum ifs, that is sum ifs. Okay, so what's the difference between the two? See, the first one, that is sum if, is the older version, okay, and sum ifs is the latest version. But Microsoft has decided to keep both the formulas. Okay, in the older one, we can only specify a single condition or single criteria, right? But in the latest version, that is sum ifs, we can apply multiple criterias. Okay, so suppose if you want to apply 100 criterias, you can do that. Okay, so based on conditions, we will try to find out the total using sum ifs. Okay, so sum ifs, bracket open. Here it is asking some more things like sum range. Okay, so sum range will be our revenue column, so select it, right, from D1 to D11, comma, it says specify criteria range. Okay, so criteria range is our month, because we want to find out the total sales for February. So we will have to select the complete column of months, that is from A1 to A11, comma. Now we have to specify our first criteria. Okay, so based on what you are looking for the results, so based on February. Okay, so select this cell, which is F4, and see, here it says criteria range 2 and criteria 2. So if you specify more commas, you can see more criterias are opening, right? But for now we are applying only one criteria. So let me close this and hit enter. Now you have got the total, okay, of what? Of the month of February. So if you sum it up like 678 plus 124 plus 546 plus 783 plus 256, you will get this output. Okay, so this is the total of the all the revenues in the month of February. Okay, it doesn't matter what product it is, right? So this is one way of calculating. Now let's say we will increase our criteria. Okay, let's say we want to find out the total of something for the month of Feb, but this time we will also specify that we are particularly looking for the total of yellow shirt revenues. See, criterias can be based on anything, maybe on product or maybe on region. For example, if you ask, I want the total sales of from USA only. Okay, so we can do that also. But for now, we are specifying that we want the total revenue of yellow shirts, and that too in the month of February only, right? So what will Excel do now? Excel will calculate all the things. Okay, Excel will consider all the things, and then it will filter out the month of Feb, and inside that it will again filter out the yellow shirts only, and then the remaining one will be calculated. Okay, so let's do that. Is equal to sum ifs, sum range, again it is revenue, right, comma, month, again comma, our first criteria, that is February, comma, now criteria range. So you can see yellow shirt is under products category, so we have to select complete column B. Okay, because this is the criteria range 2. Now criteria 2, that is yellow shirt. Done. Close the brackets, hit enter. Now we have got the total revenue of yellow shirts only, and that too in the month of February alone. Okay, so this is how you can add one or more criteria in the same formula. So we have used sum ifs based on conditions, and we have got our total, right? Now let's see what if we want to find out the average of something instead of total. So you have learned how to use sum ifs. Now let's see how to get the average of something. Okay, so this is condition 1, this is 2, and now let's talk about third. Okay, so let's say we want the average of yellow shirts revenue sold in the month of February. So February is the first condition, okay, and yellow shirt again is the second condition, right? Let me increase it. Okay, so we will use the formula average IFS. Okay, now it's asking average range, so again revenue, then it says criteria range, that is month, then we have our criteria first condition, that is month. Okay, let me select this, comma, criteria 1, comma, products, that is criteria range 2, comma, and then the second condition. Okay, same as sum ifs. Okay, hit enter, and now we have the average. So if you sum up these things, okay, and you want to try find out the average, you will get this output. Okay, here we have the total of yellow shirts, and this is the average of yellow shirts. Okay, now let's move on to, let's say, count ifs. So suppose you want to only count the number of products and nothing else, because in the real world you have a lot of data, thousands of rows of data, right? So in that case, it is not an easy task to calculate a product one by one. Here we have a sample data, so we can count it manually. Okay, so let's see how to sort this out using a formula. Okay, so again the same example. See, I am taking the same example so that you won't get confused, right? So February, and again yellow shirts. Okay, so this time we will apply the formula count IFS. See, we are using S at the end for each formula because this is the newer version. Okay, so count ifs, right? Now it says, see, count if is quite intelligent. Okay, it will remove, it will only consider your criteria, and rest of the things will be removed automatically. So there is no need to specify more things as we have done for the sum ifs and average ifs. Okay, what I mean by that, just see. Here in count ifs, we have to select the month column, comma, criteria 1, comma, the second range, comma, and yellow shirt. That's it. Okay, hit enter, and we have got the output as 3, because in the month of Feb we have 1, 2, 3 only, right? So based on our conditions, our criteria, we have got the output using count ifs. Okay, so here we have used sum if with one criteria only, you can see in the formula bar. Then we have mentioned 2 criterias. Okay, then using average IFS, and then at last we have used count ifs. So we have seen, or we have actually solved 4 different problems, okay, with their 4 different solutions, right?